This country desired to be part of NATO. Do you know why? Because they thought being part of NATO would bring stronger defense, economic growth, and peace for their people, just like other NATO members. But is it possible when you have a neighbor like Russia? This is a true painful story of Ukraine. Ukraine. NATO welcomed the idea of Ukraine joining NATO because Ukraine is a natural resource of gas and rare minerals. And superpowers always look for strategic interest in such regions. So the United States saw an opportunity to challenge Russia's dominance, knock Russia down from the global power stage, impose economic sanctions and weaken Russian economy, change the regime in Russia and maybe put Russian President Putin under trial. And having strong grip over Ukraine could make this possible for USA. On the other hand, Russia has always wanted Ukraine to not join NATO because Russia considers this a threat to their security. And looking at the increasing cooperation and ties of Ukraine with Europe, NATO, and USA, Russia launches an operation in Ukraine. That is the time when USA, a major player of NATO and a former rival of Russia, jumps in to support Ukraine, providing money and tools to resist against Russia. But none of this actually worked because Russia has occupied almost 20% of Ukraine, and Ukraine has lost more than 1 million lives, billions of dollars of loss to the economy, and to USA this venture has costed more than $200 billion. And now in return, USA demands from Ukraine to hand over its billions of dollars of natural resources of lithium to compensate for the US support. But is this fair? Because in the end, Ukraine has lost heavily both in terms of land and economy. And the real winners here seem to be the world's biggest powers, Russia and USA. While Ukraine's dream of peace, stability, and security turned out to be an illusion. Now imagine for a moment if Ukraine had not desired to be part of NATO. Would Russia have intervened? Would the USA have any reason to demand for the minerals? Maybe not. And Ukraine could be in a better position than it is today. Once again, the conflict raises deeper questions about the influence of NATO, role of global superpowers, and the cost of becoming friends with one of them. What do you think? Ukraine and a lot of other countries could have been safer if there was no NATO, no superpower, and no race of global power among the superpowers like Russia, USA, and China. Because in this triangle, Russia is the winner, USA is the winner, and the Ukrainians are the only losers because their dream of peace is not fulfilled. Let us know your thoughts, and until next time, stay curious.